Hi there, Songbirding listeners. Now that spring is here, I'll be switching back to the bi-weekly schedule, so you can expect the next episode after this in 2 weeks' time. Once in a while there might be a bonus episode in the off week, but otherwise expect something every other week. I haven't promoted it much until now, but there is a public Discord chat server you can join to discuss this podcast and many other independent podcasts. The server is called the Cast Junkie Discord server, and it has a dedicated channel for Songbirding as well as many other podcasts. Anyone's welcome to join. Just know that it's a rather large Discord server compared to most, so when you join you'll likely want to mute the notifications for all the categories and separate channels at first, and then enable whatever you want to be notified about one by one, such as the Songbirding channel. The invite link to this is in the show notes. For patrons of the show, there is also a separate private Discord server that you can join when you become a patron at any level. To do that, visit patreon.com/songbirding. South of the town of Simcoe, Ontario, within the Norfolk Sand Plain, is the Spooky Hollow Nature Sanctuary, a mature Carolinian hardwood forest acquired by the Hamilton Naturalists Club in 1961. At the time, it was the only privately held nature sanctuary in the province, but since then, numerous clubs and other non-governmental organizations have followed suit and protected natural spaces across Ontario. On this day in early June, I am here to record the songbirds on territory in person, but I'm also here to install automated recording units for later study to find out what birds may be singing here when no one is around to listen. I'll be returning to Spooky Hollow a few more times this month to move the recording devices around and to get a sense of what birds are breeding here this year. Clip you are hearing now is from one of those recordings. My name is Rob, and this is Songbirding. Spooky Hollow? So I'm hearing black-throated green warbler, eastern woodpewee, it's rose-breasted grosbeak and northern cardinal, some chipmunks, it was a scarlet tanager. But this black-throated green warbler is a pleasant surprise, because we're in Norfolk County. About an hour and a bit drive from Hamilton. I don't know of anywhere else within an hour's drive of Hamilton I can get black-throated green warbler. There probably is places, I just don't know of any. Now I know of one. course, it's just one black-throated green warbler so far. I'd imagine they need a fair bit of continuous forest, which this is pretty big. I usually associate them with Bruce Peninsula, where they are highly abundant. So there's a veery here too. Doing its viru call. Further off I can hear a red-eyed vireo. But we're definitely on territory of several songbird species. Oh. It's a great crested flycatcher somewhere here. Oh. That's a yellow-billed cuckoo. Some pecking from a woodpecker here. This isn't too far from the entrance where I heard a blue-wing warbler. Oh. It's a second black-throated green warbler. I also heard at the entrance a tufted titmouse, but I was carrying some equipment, so I didn't really have time to record. Hopefully I encounter another one. So Spooky Hollow Sanctuary is a fairly quiet place. It's owned by the Hamilton Naturalists Club. I believe it was the very first sanctuary purchased for the club back in the 60s. It's far away from urban noise in general, though you may hear the airplane going by. That's usually the extent of the noise here, is airplanes and a few cars. What was that? So it might have been an indigo bunting, but I'm not sure. So I'm both here to see what's on territory in person, but also to find out using some automated tools. I've brought 3 Cornell recorders with me, which I'll be installing today and coming back to retrieve in a week or 2. And then take them to another sanctuary find out what's at that sanctuary. So this place is old growth. This is Norfolk County old growth, so very high canopies, very healthy ferns on the floor, mixed deciduous coniferous. Due to the work of the club, a lot of native plants are doing very well here. A lot of work over the decades to mitigate the effects of non-native invasive species. A lot of chipmunk sounds. Easy to mistake chipmunk sounds for bird calls. So I know I'm the first person here today because I'm breaking all the spider webs. A lot of chipmunks. Alright, we got pine warbler here. Again, lots of chipmunks. Some blue jays too. There's our soft pine warbler song. Soft trill. Bit of veery song here. Some drumming. So scoping out locations to place the bioacoustic recorder, came across this song, which I didn't immediately recognize, but is another song of the hooded warbler. And so I've set up a recorder. We'll see what happens. See if it stays here for a week or more. So that's a good find. It's not considered as rare down here in Norfolk, in the most southerly of southern Ontario, but it's a good record anyways, especially for this sanctuary, because this is a species at risk or endangered to the province. I can't remember, one or the other. There's not very many of them, at least, because they need Carolinian forest like this. A lot of black-capped chickadee activity in this spot too. It's possible they have young fledging soon, or maybe already fledged. Songbirding and northern flicker. It's another hooded warbler. On my way back from the other hooded warbler territory, I found a second one. So I haven't recorded the other two hooded warblers yesterday. This makes it a 4 hooded warbler weekend, which is pretty interesting. Maybe they're doing really well this year, or I'm just getting better at finding these things. If you had told me a couple days ago I'd be finding a hooded warbler and think that, oh well, yet another one anytime soon, I would have been pretty surprised. Well, let's see if maybe I can find a third or fourth territory in here. Oh, we have Blackburnian warbler here. That's neat. I think I know where I'm putting another recorder. So it's got that kind of stepping up song. Dee-doo, 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 dee-doo kind of thing. Except really high pitched. Got some very talkative chipmunks here too. There's a very high population of chipmunks and squirrels in here, I'm finding. Also small mice or shrews, because I was stopped for a bit to record and standing still, and a little one just kind of popped out from underneath a tree, underneath the roots of a tree. It's with the trail named Leatherwood Lane. This is a very active spot. Until last year when I started recording like this, I don't know that I would have really retained year to year what a Blackburnian warbler sounded like. So the winter wren has a very extensive song, goes on for 9-10 seconds. One of the few birds that does that. So this winter wren is in kind of a lowland within the forest where it's fairly wet. There's skunk cabbage all over the forest floor. And the Blackburnian warbler is in a higher area. We've got, I think those are kingbirds making that sound. Not sure though. Oh no, great-crested flycatchers. That's what makes that sound. Kind of a sound you don't hear often. You have to encounter a couple of them. It's a sound they make when chatting with one another. I don't know if it's on friendly terms or not. And this Blackburnian's in old growth mixed. There is some old white pine here, very old, and some old maple. Only found a few Blackburnians over the last few years. They've tended to be in this very old growth kind of place where there's a bit of higher ground and lower ground. And a bit of wet and a bit of dry. A bit of old spruce or pine. A bit of old pine, and a bit of old maple. In any case, they seem to really like the truly mature forests. And I don't think it can just be a small patch of it. It has to be a fairly large tract of land. Some fairly talkative chipmunks. A lot of this knocking sound. It can actually be kind of easy to confuse that chipmunk sound with cuckoos. It's a very similar sound sometimes. You know, blue jay. And a yellow-billed cuckoo. Seem to be a couple of those in here. Songbirding on Territory was recorded, engineered, narrated, and created by me, Rob Porter. With cover art and logo design by Lauren Helton and Creative Commons music from Christina Bushiashvili. Please see the episode notes for links to these artists. You can support the show on patreon.com/songbirding and get early access to episodes and bonus content.